All right, guys, check it out. We're back on the Tahoe. Today we're going to be working on the gauge cluster on this Tahoe. That's this thing here, if any of y'all want to know. But what we're going to do is we're going to change the motors out on them, and we're going to look at changing some of the lights out. And also, I found a gauge cover that's red, and I think that'll look great. A red cover on the inside of this white fire truck. I think that's going to look fire. Y'all stick around. Let's see what we can do with it. All right, so this is what we have. This is the speedometer, or the gauge cluster, I should say. So we'll go ahead and start by popping this open right here. I don't believe there's any screws on this. Like I said, I don't believe there's any screws. I think these just pop. And just gently go around the edge of it and kind of pop it off. And then you'll get to this side over here. And this just kind of work it off too a little bit. All right, so we got this off, and this is what we're going to be working with, but we got to pull the front off first. So the way we're going to pull the front off is it unclips right here on the top. So unclip that one, this one, and this one here. Now, I've never done this before, so if you see me screwing up, please let me know in the comment section what I did wrong. Now, the other clips are going to be right here, I believe. I believe that's them right there. I know this one here. There it went. Finally. Finally. Now is a good opportunity to clean the inside of this. Don't get too carried away because the glass is kind of stuck to it. But you could vacuum it out or just kind of shake it out a little bit. Shake it. You'll be fine. I'm going to set that over there out of the way. And here's the part we've been looking for right here. All right, so I'm going to notice all of these, where they line up, and I'm going to take a picture of that. So let me take a picture. Now that I've got my picture taken, we're going to pull all these needles off because we're going to reuse them. They are pretty hard to get off, but not terrible. Let's see, we're going to line them up the way we took them off. So this is the RPM. This is the speedometer. And I'm going to lay, this one is the fuel. This one is the oil. Water. And battery. All right, that's just how they lay. Now we should be able to pull this up. All right, now there's that. That come right on off of there, didn't it? All right, I'm going to set this over here out of the way. And now we're going to pick this up off, and you see all your little motors right here. These are all little motors. And they only go a certain way, so. All right, so let's go ahead and start working on these. Somebody has already treated this board, so that is good, but it has not been rebuilt as far as the motors go. I can tell that by looking at it. And this is where you would have another motor if you had 7 of these motors. This one right here is where the trans temperature gauge would be. But since we don't have a trans temperature gauge, nothing goes there. So we'll just leave that blank. But to pull these off, everywhere there's a little dot there, we're going to suck that solder out right there. And we're going to resolder these in. And I'm going to try to do a little close-up of these as we go. And that way you can see. But this is the one that I have in question right here is the fuel one. This one is the one in question. These are all turned counterclockwise. So we're going ahead and start swapping these out and upgrading them to the new motors. Open up our package here. I'm going to need to use a knife to do this. There we go. Well, they've got this packaged up in here, don't they? Wow. And see here, they gave me some new lights. So these are all new bulbs. I don't know how many bulbs are in here, but I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's 11 lights in here. And these somehow solder in, I guess, maybe. I don't know. What I have here is this is what I call a solder sucker. It has a little plunger on it. You squeeze it and then you touch it to your solder. And when you touch it to your solder, it sucks the solder out of the joint. So we're going to be using that to remove these here. A lot of them have these little click solder sucker things. You can just click them and they go from there. But this is how we're going to do it. So let's start with the bad one, and that's going to be the fuel one, and that's right here. All right, I was able to pull that out. I'm going to straighten up that pin. Squeeze it. Touch it to it. And then pull it out. Squeeze it. Pull it out. Try not to get it all over your board. I'm going to go over one more time. Now, that should come off now. Let's see if we can get it to remove. Come right out of there. How about that? That makes it nice. We're going to take this one, going to set it to the side. And we're going to pull each one of these out now. I'm going to go put an X on this one here just so I'll remember not to place one there. All right, now that I got that X there, I'll know not to mess with that one. So let's go ahead and pull the rest of these out, and we'll go from there. And you can tell where they are too, because they're right here. I mean, they're easy does it right there. Now squeeze it over here out of the way so you don't squeeze stuff or squeeze solder on your board. And then just put it and then pull it out. And do the same thing again. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and straighten these pins up to make it easier to pull out of here. Let's see, we have this one is removed. Two more joints to solder, and this will be finished. All right, that's all of them. So now we just have to start putting the new ones back in. So we'll go ahead and I'll clean all these little solder areas up, and we'll get ready to install the new ones. All right, I went ahead and I put the first one in. It's right here. So I'm going to go ahead and bend these points over just a little bit. You just want just enough to hold it in there. And you want to make sure that it's flush against the mating surface so that it'll work right. All right, we're going to take a little bit of solder. We got this little bitty tiny solder and this small soldering iron. And of course, I'm going to shake a little bit, so don't laugh. Besides, if you're not shaking, are you really soldering? All right, the first one is in. Let's go to the next one. All right, that's it. All right, I'm putting all the needles back in. And the way I done that is I just kind of pushed it down a little bit, and I turned it all the way around counterclockwise till I got to the 0 and pushed it down. And I did that to all of them to make sure they're all the way to the left as far as they go. And you're gonna also want to make sure your display kind of moves back and forth. Kind of push it down all the way, and that way it'll slide in there right. And then you just put your cover back on, and we'll go see how this thing works. Sure looks good though. All right, so I got it back in, and wow, does it look good. And all the things match up, so that's perfect. Looks pretty good. Well, my fuel gauge works better now. It's almost full, and it's showing almost full. RPM gauge is working. I'm sure my mile per hour gauge works, and the oil pressure gauge is moving as I give it gas. So it looks like it may be working. It says service four-wheel drive. That's because I got the button out. We'll get that. All right, now what I've done here is I've taken this apart, And this goes like this just for reference. And it come in here. And I thought I hit the record button, but I didn't. But anyway, you just kind of wedge these little clips on the sides. And the reason I took this apart is because the bulbs are blown. And at night, you can't see whether you're putting it. If you don't have it memorized, you don't know what button is what. So, and it looks better if it lights up. So none of this stuff lights up. So I'm fixing to make it to where it lights up. These bulbs are out right here. So I'm going to go ahead and change those out. And the way we're going to have to do that is we're going to have to get this board off of here. But these pins are kind of glued into this right here. These pins are glued in. So I'm going to suck all the solder out of all of these pins and we'll resolder them back together, but we'll take this out and I'll unsolder these bulbs and solder new bulbs in. So let's go ahead and do that now. Maybe this thing is hot enough, but we're going to do it the same way as we did before. It ain't hot enough yet. It's getting there though. Not quite hot enough yet. It'll get there in a minute. While we're waiting for the solder to heat up, let's go ahead and take this one apart. This is the lights. And I just want to look and verify that no bulbs are burned up on this one. And you just pop these little clips out like this. And then that comes apart. I don't see anything in this one. This one actually has a Phillips head screw, which you can take it out with a jeweler's flat, but see if we can't pull this out of here. See what's in here. Let's open it up. Let's dissect it. Looks like there's more screws down in here. There we go. Like I said, these are Phillips head screws. Put these over there to the side. Undo this. And I see one bulb right there. So that one bulb probably will come out just like that. And I knew it was blown. So let's go ahead and wow, this thing is really blown. May be able to buy this type of bulb. I'm gonna go look and see. Now we should have had time for this to heat up by now. So let's see. All right, that should have every one of them out of there now. Let's see if we can pry it off of here. Still may be a little hard to get off of here. But we're just gonna work it a little bit. All right, we got it there. Now, that come right on off of there. It was not easy, but it was able to do it. Okay, alrighty now. Now there's our two bulbs right there. There's one bulb and here's the second bulb. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna unsolder them. I'm gonna try to hold this with my finger and see if I can't unsolder it with that. Got two different pairs right here. What we're gonna do is we're gonna push this side right here with this, and I'm gonna grab the bulb with these, because these kind of have a grippy, too much of a grip. That's always nice, isn't it? Well, we'll just do that the old-fashioned way. We'll just solder in one of these bulbs right here without a cover on it. I think we'll be okay doing that. Let's hope not. You know what? Let's see if it works first. It gets really, really hot too. I don't think I like that. I don't think I like that. Now that I got the bulbs put in there, I'm going to go ahead and solder these on. I've already soldered the first three, and now I'm going to solder some over here just to kind of skip around a little bit to keep it from getting so hot in one spot, you know. There we go. Now, we should have all of them sealed up good. We got two new bulbs right there. And these are LEDs here, so we're not worried with them. And the way this goes is this goes on here like so. All right, so I'm gonna take it while I got this out, and I'm gonna move these bulbs around a little bit just to get them to where they're not dead. They're kind of in the center of that, you know, and not on the edge and resting on it or anything like that. So, all right, that's good. Now let's put this on here. All right. Probably should have put this on first. Let me go see if I can't get a needle or something to press these in. Okay, I did. This is it. This is it. This is how you do it. I'm using a resistor here, but the resistor is not resisting. It's working. So I was able to push all of these in where they go, and you'll know they're in the right spot. You kind of lift them up and see. All right, so, okay, good, good. I was kind of worried there for a second. I thought I had made a boo-boo. And it all snapped in. Now this one should be finished, and this one should be finished. All we did with this one was change the bulb. We took the bulb out of this one, which was good, and we put it in this one. So these are good now. Now we have this one here. Let's open it up and see what we got to do to it. Let's see. Just jab that in there like that. Then come over here to this side. And, okay. Well, let's go plug all this stuff in and see if it all come back on. And unplug your soldering iron. You're done with it. Don't let it burn your shop down. Well, I said we was going to go out here and check the lights at night to see what they look like with the new red gauges. So we're walking out here and you can see the sun is setting. And we're going to see what this thing looks like. Dig my keys out. I might have to unplug my CarPlay here, because if I don't unplug it, it will quit recording. Now let's go ahead and shut that light off too. They already look good, don't they? That light shining in on them. Oh, they look the same. They look the same, don't they? I don't see much difference in them at all. Except that bulb is out right there. Because I didn't change them because it was a pain in the butt. But anyway, these lights are all on. I can see what my buttons are now, which is excellent. Now this is not on, but this is on and working. This is working. All this looks good. This looks real good. That's excellent. But this one here did not come on. I wonder why. That's crazy. Oh well. I'll finally get me some LEDs and put in here, and when I do that, all of my bulbs will come on. But at least all my gauges work. I wonder if the mile per hour gauge will work. Yep, it works too. Look at that mileage, 81,602. How about that? 21-year-old truck. Well, we'll do LED lights on it next. We'll go ahead and pull it all apart, and we'll do that and see what it looks like. But as far as the red gauges go, they look really good. They look real good. I'm impressed with them. And at night, they look just as good at night. So I'm plenty happy with them. Yeah, that looks good. Looks good to me anyway. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I hope you come back to see me put in these LED bulbs, and I'll show you how I'm going to do that. Y'all have a great day.